Hi all, good morning. Today we are going to discuss about definition of DFA. One of the student asked me to make a video about definition of DFA. See, basically definition of DFA is equal to the definition of the finite automata which is given. There won't be a separate definition in your textbook. That's why you might be confused. So whatever it is, I am going to discuss it. Okay, what is DFA? It comes under flavor of finite automata. What is finite automata? Finite automata is a mathematical model of basic version. What is the full version? It is Turing machine. If you go and see my Turing machines video and later on chapters, you are going to know better about this mathematical models of better versions. It is the basic version. Finite automata is the basic version of a mathematical model of a computer which is having some states, some transitions, and I have explained about this in the construction of DFA and the previous videos. But now we are going to discuss about definition of DFA. You can say definition of DFA, it comes under types of finite automata, DFA and NFA. I am going to also give the definition of NFA. Just in this video, we are going to study about definition of DFA, which is called as deterministic finite automata. Okay, deterministic finite automata. That means it is non-deterministic finite automata. It means some determinism, some determinism, some what do we say? Some completeness. There is something which is there in DFA which is not there in NFA. Okay. If you compare both the videos, you can understand the difference between DFA and NFA. The deterministic finite automata can be, DFA can be defined in 5 tuples. 5 tuples in which there are 5 entities which are present in 5 tuples. First one is Q, sigma, delta, Q naught, F. You need to define each of these. What are they and what are the features of each of these? Okay. Q. Q is set of states. Q is set of states of DFA. See, there will be some properties which you will get in bits also. You need to know about each and every entity in detail. Q is set of states. Okay. If I say Q is set of states, there should be at least one of the state. There won't be a DFA which is having no states. That means you need to draw initial state like this. If you draw the arrow like this, it won't be a DFA. At least you should have one state. Okay, at least one state. One or more states can be there in Q. Q is set of states. That means you can also write mod Q should be greater than or equal to 1. Okay, next. Sigma. I have taken a whole class about this sigma, how to build up sigma and how to take the symbols. This is set of symbols that we are going to use in the language, in the building up of strings. Symbols that we are going to use using in construction of language. If you want binary language, you will take sigma as 0 or 1. If you want strings which is made up of A, B, you can take A, B. If you take English, it would be small a to z, capital A to z and a small space. Okay, depend upon the language, the sigma varies. This sigma must be C. There should be at least, there is a condition, that is there should be at least one symbol to make up a language. At least there should be one. Okay, this should be greater than or equal to 1. Then transition, I'll explain it last. Let us go with Q naught. Q naught is a initial state. Q naught is a initial state. That's it. Whenever you find a state like this is the entry point of the whole DFA. Whatever it follows by something, or there is another state. See, whatever the DFA is there should be one state which should be initial state, from where you will start the transitions, from where you will be starting giving input. Okay, there should be at least one initial state. This kind of state which is having arrow from coming from nowhere is called as initial state. There should be at least and at most one. See some question papers will be confusing like this. At least and at most one initial state should be there. Initial state. That means mod Q naught should be equal to 1. Whatever it is. If it is DFA, what it is NFA, or it is other versions, updated versions like push down automated, Turing machine, whatever it is, there should be one initial state. Because if you are having two initial states like this, you don't know from where you need to start. If at all there are two initial states, you will be getting some confusion from where you need to start. So this kind of DFAs doesn't exist. Whatever it is, or if in updated versions also, there won't be two initial states. You need to remember this. See, because these kind of questions you will get in the bits. Even if it is set, net, or whatever gate, whatever it is, they will test your core basics. You should be very much clear about the core basics. These are the core basics you need to follow. Okay. F is set of final states. See, here also, see, this is set, and this is also set. This is also set, which is having single element, singleton set. Okay, the kind of these also they can frame a multiple choice question. Okay, whatever it is. F is set of final states, and F is subset or equal to Q. See, there should be at least one final state. Why? One final state. See, in DFA, my purpose of DFA is to accept some strings, some kind of strings, or some long ways. See, if at all there is no final state, I can't accept at least one string. Then if I am not accepting any string, what is the purpose of that DFA? So I should have at least one final state. That means mod F should be greater than or equal to 1, and F is subset of Q. There can be mod F as much as mod F maximally equal to mod Q. How many states? If at all there are 4 states, maximum final states can be 4. See, that makes sense, right? It's not a big deal. You can understand it. Fine. Last one is delta. Delta is the transaction function which says Q naught cross sigma tends to Q. See, what is the sum? If at all, see, in flat, this is the problem. If they use some symbols, you might be thinking that it is very difficult. You can't understand like that. It's not that difficult. It is very easy. If at all there is given definition in the symbols, if they are giving something in the symbols, means they are simplified it. They can't elaborate. See, if they are simplified it so that you can memorize. That's why they did it. But whatever you are thinking that it is difficult, but don't think like that. If you know actual definition, what is the definition saying of a particular formula, then you can memorize it. You can put in your brain very easily. Whatever the transition function in the DFA saying that take one state from the whatever it is, Q naught or Q1, whatever it is, take one state, either one state from the Q, take one symbol from the take one symbol from the sigma. If you apply this input in this state, you are going to one of the state in DFA. That is it is saying. It is very simple. What is it saying? If you are in Q0, if you are taking symbol A, you are going somewhere Q0 or Q1. If you are taking Q0 and if you are taking symbol, you might be going to Q1. The whole diagram can be like this, right? This is the transition function which will tell you where to go. Q1 on A, it is going to Q0. Q1 on B, it is going to Q1, whatever it is. You can take either ones, but it is saying that there should be you should take one state and you should take the input symbol. If you apply on it, it should go to one state from the Q. That is it. That is the definition of the string. And last chance where they possess bit is, if you take DFA, if your set of states equal to n and mod sigma equal to n, how many transitions there can be there, and how many entries in the transition table you can have is maximally m into n. In DFA there should be m into n, not less, not more. There should be m into n transitions. Okay. There should be other questions on the construction of DFA and all. Let us see what I have gone through. See, finite automata, and finite automata is divided into two types, that is DFA and NFA. And DFA can be defined as defined in 5 tuples, which are set of initial states, set of input symbols, initial state, final state, and the transition equation. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, and whoever preparing for the flat, if it is regular or other competitive exams, just share my videos. I will be, if at all possible, I will make some other multiple choice questions on this topic and then I will post it. Thank you.